Hi, I'm Ibrahiim Bayaan, Chief Economist here at FreightWaves, and this is the Shipper Update. So today I wanted to focus a little bit on what shippers are saying about the state of the transportation and logistics industry as we head into the second half of the year. And one of the indexes that I like to focus on is something called the Logistics Managers Index, right? Which is an index put out by a collection of professors from Colorado State University, Rochester Institute of Technology, Rutgers University, Arizona State, and a couple others. And essentially what they do is they ask logistics professionals in different industries about the state of transportation and warehousing and sort of whether or not that activity is growing or contracting, right? And so you can kind of think of it as being very similar to the Institute of Supply Management metrics where they survey people in the manufacturing and the service sector, ask whether or not activity is expanding or contracting, and the response that comes out is basically the percentage of respondents that say that activity is expanding. Right? And so here's the Logistics Manager Index for just the overall headline index here. And you can see very high readings in the middle part of 2018, but it's been dying down very steadily during the first half of the year. July's numbers came in a little bit higher, suggesting that logistics and transportation and logistics activity is picking up a little bit in the beginning part of the year. Now, keep in mind that a lot of what keeps this index as high as it is, you can see that it's never really fallen below this expansionary threshold of 50, is because of warehousing activity. And warehousing activity is one of the faster growing areas of economic activity for the past several years. Now, what I like to do is to focus on just like the transportation side of things. One of the neat things about the Logistics Managers Index is they drill down to different aspects of transportation and warehousing and ask about specific aspects of activity. And so here I have transportation prices within the Logistics Managers Index. And so the interpretation is the same. Any reading above 50 suggests that more than half of the respondents in this survey are saying that transportation prices are rising. If it falls below 50, it says it's a sign that transportation prices are falling. Right? And you can see the readings in the middle part of last year, the first and second quarter of last year, got basically up to as high as they possibly can get. I mean, basically you can think of 100 as being a maximum for the index because that means everybody that's responding is saying a certain thing. But it's died down fairly steadily, and you can see towards the end of the data in May, June, July, it's been hovering up and above, just slightly above, slightly below 50, right? And so this is a sign that pricing pressures within just transportation have weakened quite a bit. Now, this is something that we expect is going to continue. It looks like demand is beginning to pick up on the transportation side, but I think the idea is that there's just way too much capacity in the industry, and as long as excess capacity remains an issue, shippers are going to feel like there's downward pressure on transportation prices. And so you can see these values hovering around 50, slightly below as of the most recent reading. I expect them to stay somewhere around that range for the remainder of the year as all this excess capacity gets worked through in the industry.